I need 5 minutes of your time. That's all I need. Just a quick 5 minutes of your time. The normal shows are more like 30, 40 minutes long, but not today. We're going to do something really quick to talk about 5 minutes, and something that could really change your life or your business if you pay attention, take some notes, and start changing up the way you're doing things. Let's get to work. Sweet. Okay, hey everybody, for those first-time watchers, it's Patrick Allmond from Stop Doing Nothing. And today we're going to be talking about hiding your motivations, if you will, or denying your motivations. And I'd be lying if I said I came up with this topic. This topic was given to me when I was just texting with a friend of mine, Sierra, in Portland, Oregon. And I said, you know what? What's something I can talk about on camera for 5 minutes that people do that really we kind of use to really screw each other over? And it kind of goes in line with something I've talked about before. And what she said was denying your motivations or hiding your motivations. I always kind of put that around in terms of trust building. And I think what she was talking about is when we engage with each other on a personal level or on a business level, oftentimes we like to put on a really good face. Like to put on, the best makeup, the best clothes, put our best face forward as we're talking about something. But behind the scenes, oftentimes that thing we are talking about in front, how we be fronting. When you're fronting, you're not talking about the real thing. And the real thing are your motivations for doing things. Oftentimes, people don't often see exactly what you really want out of a personal or a business relationship. And I'm going to talk about this mainly from the business side of things. However, some of what I'm going to talk about applies from the personal side. If I engage with somebody or someone comes to me and they want to sell me something, I think we have a big problem out of the gate, at least I do, with trust. And it's because I don't trust you, and I don't trust most business people right out of the gate, because they all have ulterior motives with a U, right? They all have ulterior motives, and oftentimes people have ulterior motives in things, and they hide those. But you get a sense of the people that are really being transparent and are really, they're really telling you what they want and why they're doing things, versus people that are kind of fronting and being altruistic and I don't know what the other word is for it, but oftentimes the longer you're in business and the longer you live through life, you can tell the difference between people that are fronting and the people that are actually doing really good in the world and being really transparent. And I admit I've been one of those kind of people in the past before, and I've made some very bad business mistakes there. But if I was to offer you one tip today I'm Sierra's proxy, if you will, here. If I was to offer you one tip today, I would say when you go into a business conversation, do a better job of trying to be 100% you before the conversation, during the conversation, after the conversation. Oftentimes, and we know this, no Sierra's watching, as public speakers, for example, there's before you're on, and then you're on, and then there's the after you're on, and you're two separate people. Have you ever seen that before, where when someone knows they're on, they are a completely different person than when they're off? And this comes true in people on stage, people doing business presentations. I have a business meeting here in 1 hour and 8 minutes, and I have to present to a new prospect, and I have to be careful about making sure I'm 100% Patrick all the time, and making sure that the person I'm getting ready to talk to knows my motivations out of the gate. And if you people, up front in a business or personal conversations, what your motivations are and why you're there in the first place, it makes all the other conversations easier. And it's very hard, for example, to find a public speaker, because that's one of the fields I'm in, that you can connect with like that, unless they are really upfront like that. Every now and then, you'll find a good public speaker that says upfront, you know what, I came on the stage to talk about this. These are the right people I want to talk to. This is what I'm going to be talking about. It may not be your cup of tea. If that's the case, then, I'm sorry. I hopefully don't waste your time. But if you are this kind of person and you want what I'm trying to give you, you want what I'm trying to do to improve your life, then we're going to have a good relationship out of the gate, and the rest of my presentation is going to be easy for the rest of us. So the tip I want to give you going forward into next week, what are we, it's the 3rd, so 4th, 5th, so we have January 6th. So January 6th on Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, or you can start this tomorrow. Try being more transparent when you're doing business presentations, or when you're going to someone to pitch someone, or even in your personal relationships. Be more upfront about what your motivation is to be there, to do the thing, to sell the thing. You know what? If you're not there to save the manatees, then don't say you're there to save the manatees. If you're there to make a buck, to do something with the buck, then you know what? Make sure that comes through in your presentation. I have certain motivations for doing things all of the time, and they're not always, to make money. They're to create a better life for me and a better life for my family and a better life for those around me. And if I can be more transparent in my presentations when talking about that, then it's going to make the other person connect better with me. And especially if they have similar motivations. And this is where it can really work out well for you. If you have similar motivations for doing something than somebody else does, and you're trying to sell them something, your selling job is going to be a lot easier. As a matter of fact, from people that are really good at like doing sales presentations, what I've heard is when you can make a really good connection like that, and you have similar motivations of getting similar things done, then there's almost no selling involved. The product or the service that you're offering sells itself. So if you're in that kind of position where you do have to do sales presentations, and if you're an entrepreneur, all of us are in sales, right? If you do have that kind of situation, try being more transparent about what your motivations are up front. I can probably talk about more of this in future videos if people are interested. But again, shout out to my good buddy Sierra in Portland who came up with this idea, because I had a ton of ideas in my head, and I thought I want to talk to you guys for 5 minutes, which is now turned into 7 minutes and 17 seconds because I don't know how to shut up. And this was a really good idea of hers. So again, make sure that when you're going into sales conversations, or you're going to be on stage talking, or even if you're going to be out, meeting somebody or dating something like that, make sure you're more transparent in your conversations. Make sure you're more upfront with what your motivations are, because when you do that, things just get easier. We tend to make so many things hard. And again, now that I'm talking about this, I can see so many ways this fits into my life. We tend to make so many things hard in our personal and professional relationships because we are so busy fronting. We are so busy hiding our true selves. We're so busy hiding what our real wants, needs, and desires are. And those are your motivations. So again, as you head into next week, try doing that. Try that little tweak in your life. Try being a little bit more transparent in your motivations and what you're really looking to come out of a business and personal relationship. Because I promise, if you can get those motivations synced up with somebody else's motivations, your life will be so much better. I love every single one of you. Thank you for watching. Sorry, instead of 5 minutes, I took 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Take care.